Hello, 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 and good evening, everyone. Hey Glitz, hey Tom, yes, QA is done, but just for you. Don't tell the others. Hey Vested Art. Thought I'd do a little stream since it's been a while, and I have some free time today. Is C3 still going on? I completely missed it today because my weekend's been quite full, as have been my last 2 weeks overall. Been really stressful at work, so didn't really make it for streaming in any way. So I hope you enjoyed today's Skyblivion stream. I was not able to catch it. If you've seen it, I hope you did. Very proud of 2 of the dungeons that were shown off, hopefully. Which are Silorn and Echo Cave. So 2 very cool Mages Guild dungeons. And it's very cool to see these dungeons being made ready for actually playing the quests that are in them. So our quest department is really making strides. Oh, that's cool. Then I'm gonna watch it later. Alright, let me actually open up my stream here. So, speaking of quest dungeons, I foolishly thought that we were done with all of them. But because on our claim sheet, all quest dungeons were marked as finished. But obviously I didn't expect there to be dungeons that weren't even on the claim sheet. Like this one. This is the Moth Catacombs for the main quest. Which were not done. There was like a very, very old work in progress by, I think it was made by Clef J. I'm not sure. Clef J is a very talented level designer who I unfortunately never got the chance to meet because he wasn't on the... He left, I think, not just the project, but modding way before I arrived on the scene. So it was my task to kind of pick up where he left off. I reused some of his stuff. So the original dungeon is 4 cells long. I'm not gonna do that because at this point I just can't do 4 cells anymore. So I tried to keep the first cell pretty much as it was. As it was left by Clef J. So this is the original layout that he did. Maybe I'll add some more. I'll see if so, because I don't want the dungeon to be too short, because it's a by the way, it's not main quest. I'm very sorry. It's Thieves Guild, obviously. It's where the monks of the moth, the ancestor moth. What's it called actually? I actually really know this stuff. I'm outing myself as a fake nerd here. Oblivion. Sorry, let me just... Yes, the new pink tree. So yeah, you can actually see the difference. So we had this Ancestor Glade tree model, which is just from Skyrim. It's from the Dawnguard DLC, and I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan of these. Yeah, it's just very, very 2011. So I scoured the Nexus for an updated model, and I found one with open permissions. I even asked, and the even though it already had open permissions, but you know, if possible, I always like to be polite and ask anyway. And the mod offer very generously said yes. So instead of these, we're gonna have these, which are like, yeah, just look at that improvement. It's like night and day. It is really like night and day. And yeah, so this is Thieves Guild. It is the, let's see, Oblivion Moth Catacombs. The Temple of the Ancestor Moths. So yeah, the quest is called Turning a Blind Eye, and you are tasked with stealing the Sevilla Stone from the Temple of the Ancestor Moths. That's where the blind monks are living, who are, you know, reading the Elder Scrolls and stuff, and it's turning them blind. So as I think you can see that they're already blind, but they should be. I think we're gonna at the end. So these are already. I think these are the final robes. I'm not sure if we have newer ones. We might have newer ones. I'm not sure. But I think they're gonna wear blindfolds at the end, like the one from Dawnguard. There was this moth priest, right? They do look old. I actually gotta, because there was one that was so funny. Wait, I gotta find her. Where's the rest of the priests? What are they called? How are they called? Monk? No, they're not called monk. What are they called? Priest. No, that's not her. Is it her? Oh yeah, that's so funny. I don't know why that is. It's something with the face gen. So without the lights on, she has this face, and then when you turn the lights off, she turns old. First time I saw this is kind of, I thought it was funny. Yeah. So this, I'm not sure about the layout. If I'm gonna keep it. I'm also very unsure. This is like a very hard dungeon to do because the monks are blind, so obviously they wouldn't need any light sources. But then again, a dungeon without light sources is very boring. There was already a challenge with the Dungeon of Anger, which is a Daedric quest dungeon. There I really couldn't use any lights because there's a lore reason that the inhabitants do not are afraid of the light, and thus there shouldn't be any light in there, or almost no lights at least. Here I'm gonna still use candles and stuff. Like my headcanon is just that the monks are using them for, I don't know, ritual purposes. Something I'm also using sunlights, and then the idea that was something I think Clevche was trying to do is that using these wisp mushrooms, that they're a sort of a, I don't know, food source for the moths that they're breeding there. So I'm using those as well for light sources. Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, I wanted to show, because Clevche did have some very funny ideas in here. So he built actual medieval toilets, I guess. With yeah, I'll I think you can guess what this is. This is so strange that I just need to keep it, and it's also a good like sneaking path. So there are seems to be a lot of pathways to get around here, and one of them is through the toilets. So yeah, we're gonna clutter this whole thing up, obviously. And he even went through the effort of making. Let me find it. So if I'm not mistaken, like the lore of this place is that the monks are, what are they actually doing? They're using the moths to make threads, which they then read, and then they turn them blind. Not quite sure. Maybe someone else is more familiar. But I definitely... He kit bashed something in here. Was it in the first cell or was it in another cell? Sorry, didn't prepare this accordingly. Ah, there it is. This thing. Look, these are made out of very, very tiny ropes. Isn't that something? I just want to put this somewhere more in the middle. It seems a bit like it's a cool thing, but it seems a bit like waste. That yeah, that should need merging into one asset. Yeah, that's about it. And then as I said at the beginning, so the first cell is pretty much I left that unchanged. So I've just been adding clutter here and there. And then the second cell, I already did some more work. So it's very barren at the moment because I kind of Frankensteined this together out of existing fort dungeons. And then I can show you. So Clefjay's idea was, let me show you the room. This, which I thought was a very neat idea, to have like this ancestor glade tree here and be. This seems to be sort of a, I don't know, a special ritual tree where they maybe breed some of the moths. And then there was this. I already kind of ruined it, so don't mind the broken part here. There was a mountainside up there, but kind of with this big skylight or like this sort of atrium style opening, and then the waterfall coming down. I kind of liked the idea, but it just wasn't quite the level of visual quality that I was happy with. So I kind of remade this, and I'm quite happy how it turned out. With this big atrium opening, and we got the big ancestor tree in the middle. Gonna have the boss priest. I think it's called prelate. Yeah, it's like a blind moth prelate. Yeah, meditating here in the middle. We got a statue of Julianos. Because there is some, at least I read it on the UESP, that there is some combination or association of Julianus with the moth priest. So I thought it was like a neat idea to include that statue. Because that Cynthia's statues are just so good looking that they instantly increase the quality of any level design. So I always try to include those. And then hopefully this will be like a cool, I'll add loads of, no, at least a couple of priests walking across these walkways. So you'll have to sneak around them. You could theoretically also swim, I guess. And then once you made it past here, you will come to this final room. So it's this is the Sevilla stone, very nice asset by the way. It's protected by two of these I don't know, evil stones. And this was actually Clefjay's idea. I just reused this, reusing the Skyrim moth mural. It's very fitting, I feel like. So yeah, but obviously as you can see, all of this needs to be cluttered and finished. Yeah, Julianus is God of Knowledge. That it does seem very fitting. Where did I read about it? Somewhere on the UESP, I guess. It's probably lore. There. Monastic orders founded by Tiber Septim and dedicated to Giulianos are the keepers of the Elder Scrolls, so that seemed kind of fitting to include those here. So yeah. Think I'm not breaking the law. Alright, so let's get this started. I actually, before I do this, so this is the old cell. No, this is stuff I put in here. Where is the old? Oh, there's the old stuff. Because this kind of needs to be in here as well, because the first cell has you walking up here and then going down there. So in order for it to make sense, I actually need some stuff from this area, I guess. I don't know what happened here. I guess probably assets got moved or something, because this doesn't make any sense. Let me close the hole here. Wow, Tom is really driving a hard ship here with his Navmesh team. They're not even allowed to have fun. It's yeah, it's insane. It's not like the level design team where, you know, it's just all fun and games. In the Navmesh department, it's whew, these guys don't mess around. Alright, so I need this whole thing, I guess. What is this? Ancestor Moth Dorm. Whatever this is. Let me remove the lights. I don't need them. Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry. So I just want this part, really. All right. Okay. And this I want to attach here. Shirogoro shrines? How many Shirogoro shrines we have? There's one? Are there more? I don't think so. Where did I want to play? I wanted them to start not here, but sorry about that. I think here. Here and then yeah. That's about it. Okay. Sorry about the mess. This is a bit awkward, I know. All right. I need to see which direction actually to This should be going. I think this makes the most sense. Okay. This will be opened up, I guess. All right. Works. I want the portcullis to be actually here. So the player won't be able to get through here at the beginning. Okay, let me actually show you kind of the path that I have envisioned for the player to go. Should activate this. A shiny button. What kind of shiny button? Really? Do you really? So it was Clefche, because I wasn't even sure that it was Clefche. It was my assumption it was him. And I'm gonna keep a lot of his like really crazy ideas, especially the medieval toilets he built in there. But that must have been ages ago. Okay, so this is will be the way to the first cell, right? And then the second cell. I don't know what this will do here. Then you'll be forced to go to the left. Go down here. Obviously, gonna be sneaking the whole way through. I thought this was kind of, so I repurposed a lot of the rooms in here because I built those for actually a different Thieves Guild dungeon that I also still need to finish. Which is Fathis Aaron's Tower. Wow, a hype train. What is that? But I thought it was a neat idea to that you need to sneak through all of these, I don't know, like sort of small tunnels, and you're gonna have moth priests walking across these walkways, and then you're being led. Thank you, Tom, for pressing all the shiny buttons. Go through here. I'm also always trying to include little nooks for you to hide in, so stuff like that. So that when the moth priests, because I'm gonna set up patrols, and when they patrol through here, you as a sneaky character can go into these little alcoves and then wait for them to pass you. And then we have the shiny room, the big. Why did I say shiny? You got me all confused with the shiny. With the big ancestor glade tree. Because it's not a shiny room. I don't know why I said shiny. Yes, I'm a boomer when it comes to Twitch. And then you have the final room with the, well, it's disabled for now, but this will have the Stone of Sevilla. Oh Jesus, these things are horrible. They also need to. Somebody can maybe make a bug report on these things. The Skyblivion Trap Evil Stone. They still have that weird artifact around them. The black squares, if you can see those. Yeah. And then I'm gonna have to make some kind of loop back. Yeah. This seems fun to Navmesh, right? Mike, tell the people how much fun you had. Did you already do it? Navmeshing, what's it called? King's Crest Cavern? The forest cave? You must have had the time of your life doing that. Did that not work? What's going on? Oh, it's just without the 0-1. Okay. Yes! Second Skyblivion stream today. So this is the first cell, which I have layout-wise have left completely untouched. The way Clefjade did it, I don't know, 10 years ago. I don't know. I've added some skylight here and there, or clutter, and obviously it's very, very much work in progress. I did want to show you. So I think the intended path is you'll need to go through here. This requires a key. Oh yeah, this is required path. So that you'll have to walk through here, like, and this will lead you right to the toilets. So this, yeah, you don't want to go down there. And yeah, these are the toilets. Some authentic medieval toilets. Even, I don't know if you can hear it, but even with some fly sounds. I think this way you can. This also requires a key. Jesus. Then you're gonna walk through here. Okay, so this is kind of like the intended path. Unless maybe you steal a. Oh, okay, you can steal a key. Oh, that's cool. So this lead gives you more pathways because you could steal a key. No. What's the key for then? Okay, maybe it's just not set up. And then you can walk down there. And this should then lead you to the second cell, which we've just been in. So, yeah, I think I'm not gonna go too crazy at this point. You know, it's all about being efficient without time. Is that water there deep? You mean in the second cell? If you mean here, it's not very deep. Sorry. If you mean the second cell, there. Have I actually... Well, I haven't actually made an actual floor yet, so but it's not supposed to be very deep, no. So probably just so deep that you can swim, but not much deeper. All right, so let's start, shall we? I want to start here, I guess. First thing we'll do is go to Glitz's clutter cell and yes, it is the worst game ever, isn't it? Add loads of clutter that we don't want to do ourselves. Ooh. Yes, we have a celebrity guest. Selena, my girlfriend, is here to watch, so now I'm very... Now I gotta watch what I say. Hello there. Let's see. Pressure is on, indeed. The real boss is here. Alright, let's add stuff here. Just gotta make sure, since the moths are blind, but I guess they do read the Elder Scrolls, so I'm not quite sure what to add. So books probably don't make any sense, but maybe they were able to read books before they turned blind. You guys tell me what stuff is fitting to add and what isn't. Because I am kinda at a loss here. I'm just adding loads of stuff here. The less cluttering I have to do, the better. BOC, you gotta help me with those abbreviations. What's BOC? Alright, we'll add that here so we have good access to it. Alright, I think everything's loaded in. Okay. Powerful rift. Does Ruz Buzz cuz? Well, absolutely. Absolutely. Whatever that means. I actually also I want to make a training room as well for the monks, because I do think they're like fighting monks as well, so I think it makes sense. All right. Let's see. Where am I? There we go. Okay. This room's actually quite cluttered. That's fine. Do need to change the floors here. Like, no, sorry. Loads of floors. Don't want that sea fighting. We'll just redo those all. That's fine. Yes, Tom, infiltrate all the chats. You can have shelves here. Wrong direction. I don't know actually why it is that Thieves Guild dungeons, that I kind of left those for the end. They are, I do really want to make Thieves Guild dungeons very different compared to others. Because for other dungeons, the gameplay loop is basically the same. Like obviously in Mages Guild dungeons, for example, compared to Fighters Guild ones, I try to add stuff where it's definitely advisable to have spells in your inventory. But it's at the end of the day, you know, it's still gonna be you need to go there, you need to find an item and just hack and slash your way through, either by using spells or weapons, whatever. But for Thieves Guild dungeons, obviously, I want to give the player the opportunity to just sneak through there. Plus, the Thieves Guild was one of the most memorable guilds, I feel like. Any chance we can get game in our hands in August? I really couldn't say. So we don't really want to give out another release date, since, you know, our last prediction kind of failed. I mean, we're still very positive that you're gonna make it this year. We really want to, and I do think we can make that, because like the big blockers that we had last year are really finally being slowly unclogged. Which is mainly so the quests is a big thing, and quests are really working well now. I mean, let's say the quest department is really working well now, and they're fixing so many issues and making so many quests ready to play. And then the other thing which is finally getting unclogged is the Imperial City. That was like the largest remaining puzzle piece. Because all we're doing here, I mean, there's still a couple of dungeons not done, but most of the dungeons are done, and it's just really, you know, cleaning stuff up. But for the most part, if we had to release today, I'd be content with most of the dungeons we have in game. I'd still be, you know, there's always the point where it's if I had more time, I could polish it a bit more. But most of the dungeons are in a state where I say, okay, this is fun to play. So pre-COVID, yeah, that is quite a while. So probably more than 5 years at this point. I think I'm just gonna have a door here. You're not gonna be able to walk here anyway. Oh no, you're fine. Very sorry to hear that. But no worries. I can't give you a real answer, but I don't mind the question. So no worries. I trust me. We're just as impatient, sorry, as you guys to really finally get this out of the door. So yeah, probably even more so. Is there still something that gives you a headache? Not particularly. I mean, one thing where we're not sure if it's such a minor thing that, but it's one of the only things that comes to mind currently. I mean, obviously, we're not gonna have some mechanics that we wanted to, at least on release. For example, spell crafting, right? One thing that comes to mind is I think in the delay video, Rebel was talking about the final cinematic where Martin fights Dagon. So we're, and if I'm not mistaken, currently it doesn't look like we're. It might be that we won't have that at release, and we'll have to think of some alternative. But you know, it's a very minor thing at the end, so it's not gonna delay us from releasing or anything. It's just a bit of a shame, but. Yeah, that cinematic is a bit of a shame. Yeah, it definitely won't be the same. But who knows? Sure. Always happy to answer questions. Yeah. I actually, it would be kind of, if you ever seen Monty Python's Holy Grail, kind of like that sketch, that cartoon sketch with the monster. If we just did that at the end. But yeah, we'll think of something, and it's a bit of a shame, but it's nothing that would stop the game from releasing. Mordred's painting. A good question. I have actually no idea. We definitely will have to, if we haven't at this point. Because we can't use assets from Oblivion, and it is an asset from Oblivion. So we definitely have to remake that one, but I'm not sure if we already have, and if so, if it's implemented. But you know, it's not gonna take long if we haven't already. Another shelf here. Probably not. I have never tested it, but so don't quote me on that, but I don't think that stuff like animation mods would not work with Skyblivion. So obviously we give like the general warning that assume that no mod is compatible out of the box. But for stuff like animation mods, I can't see. Most animation mods, at least. Obviously, animation mods for certain creatures from Skyrim are probably not going to be compatible out of the box, because even if we reuse Skyrim skeletons, we kind of made our own. They're essentially copies, but still our own skeletons, so that wouldn't work. There was something from the first cell I wanted to steal. If you want some more shelves like that, check out Skyblivion ring decoration. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's a good. Oh, I went to the wrong cell. Yeah, that's a good idea, Glitz. Thank you. I will go there. First, let me. These things. Wanted to copy. Yes, exactly. The rescales giants, but so like animation mods for giants won't work out of the box because minotaurs have their own skeleton. It probably wouldn't be a whole lot of work to make those minotaurs use. I don't know if there are custom animation mods for giants, but let's say there are. But yeah, that's kind of the thing. Okay, so what's it called? Prefabs Rin decoration? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good, yeah. Need all of these I can get my hands on. You know what? They can have wine as well there. Yeah, do it. Doesn't hurt to have those things twice, so. Just remind me to delete that at the end, because I do tend to keep all that stuff once I'm done. Oh, you mean from Skyrim that we can? Sure, we do sometimes reuse. I mean, not a whole lot, because first of all, for the most part, our asset quality is higher than vanilla Skyrim's, and just for the fact that a lot of Skyrim assets just remind you too much of Skyrim. Like, they have a very distinct look that we want to avoid because we just, you know, want to feel different. I mean, ruined books don't make a whole lot of sense, actually. Because why would they have ruined books, right? Like, the whole place doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but guess it doesn't have to. It's gonna have candles again. I mean, from my playtesting, I guess it feels really cool. It's like a very good mixture of being its own thing, I'd say. So it doesn't, obviously, gameplay wise, it's very familiar with Skyrim, but it has enough unique twists that it's its own thing. And then at the same time, it's very, for fans of Oblivion, it has a lot of nostalgia, a lot of things that will just transport you back to Oblivion. I mean, most of all, for example, the quests and the voice lines. But still, it's such a unique experience. So I think really made our own thing here, which I really find very cool. I do pay attention. So obviously, The most important things are what kind of dungeon is it, who inhabits it, and whatnot. So obviously, if it's like a really old abandoned ruin, we do try to make it feel less lived in. But at the same time, visuals and gameplay, for me at least, take precedence over realism, I'd say. So lit fireplaces, for example, is still something that I do, even if it's abandoned dungeon, because you know it might be more realistic to for it to not have any lights, but it doesn't look good, it doesn't feel good, I feel like. So yeah, that's why for me, visuals and gameplay just have priority. Imagine that. Yes, I've never. It's the same as like there are mods for Skyrim that kind of remove all of the lights in dungeons, and for me that just never made any sense. I'm one of those people. I don't want to constantly have a torch out just to see anything. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I want to see stuff. I get when a dungeon wants to have like a dreary feel and have very little light. That I get. But no light at all? No thank you. I want to see the colors. I want to see where I'm going. It's just way more fun. Same for like Dark Knight mods. I enjoy my unrealistically bright moonlit nights. Plus, it's not even that realistic to have everything be in darkness, because like the human eye adapts to low levels of light, so it's just unrealistic to don't see anything. These are my trusty ruined floor pieces. So I don't have to see all that repeating tile texture all the time, and I can have these. Yeah, but it just doesn't translate to a video game, not seeing anything in the cave. It's just boring. Yes, I love my skylights. So skylights are a very... Well, they have been. We had a member who was very, very anti-skylights. I, of course, am very much in favor of skylights. I think they're a fantastic way to add light and aesthetics to a dungeon. And I feel like I'm being vindicated by a lot of professional level design. They always go to like play any a modern video game and they're gonna have skylights. And yes, I know some people have an issue with the fact that it's then unrealistic that the exterior doesn't have the corresponding hole or whatever. But my answer to that is I do not care. Elder Scrolls has always been a game of I don't know. There's a lot of stuff you have to imagine in your head for it to make sense. I mean, cities are supposedly big cities inhabit 70 people or something. The world, you can cross an entire realm in a matter of 10 minutes. It's not realistic, but it's a game. So deal with it. Based take. Exactly. The boss is here. Let's do some crates. As far as I know, they do not have, or at least almost no skylights because of levitation. Which I get. I'm not sure how I would, like, if I were in charge of level design at Skywind, which I'm not. I'm not sure how I would handle it. Because I do think skylights are very important. So it would be a tough decision for me. Kind of like I would have to assess what's more important. Is it more of a deal breaker that you really can't have any open skylights? Or is it more of a deal breaker if you would have it the other way around with skylights and then you would just have, I don't know, a collision box? So you can't actually get out of the skylight with levitation? I don't know. Both are definitely drawbacks. I totally get why they didn't or are not doing that, but I'm not sure how I would personally do it. Yes, exactly. So first of all, it's very hard to do. Doing these holes where that would actually be able to be used as doors into a dungeon. But yes, exactly. You'd run around the world and constantly fall into a dungeon. I don't think that would be fun. I know, just playing, man. It's fine. It's obviously it's subjective. Let me just see. Do we have... Okay, let's try add a light source here. Just want to see if we're not already over the light limit, but it seems we're fine. So we've got to be careful here. We're already purple, but other than that, we have a lot of leeway. Yes, exactly, yeah. That'll be way from stopping you. Yeah, thanks for the insight. So vampire, I know is part of. I know. Aren't you doing a wiki or something for Skywind? Am I misremembering that, or are you part of the quote unquote regular developer team? I forgot. Or do we have a static one? That's very big. God damn it. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Ah, you. So I did remember correctly. You're part of the wiki. Oh, that's cool. Sure, I get it. See what we can steal here. These two. This is the most exciting work, cluttering it up, but I'm kind of glad because I do notice that I am a bit tired already today, so it's kind of I don't think I'd have the creative capacity to do. So I'm glad I already did this part off stream. I don't think I'd have the creative capacity today to do that. Oh yeah, that'd be great help. I'm definitely gonna. That is actually a great idea. Thank you, Glitz. I'm just gonna do some parts, but I'm gonna leave. Yeah, I'm gonna leave a lot of these corners, and you can just clutter it up to your heart's content, just with whatever you think is fitting for an order of blind monks. A lot later, probably. A lot later. So yeah. Obviously, the way we're doing it. I mean, part of the reason their dungeons look the way they did is obviously the time it released. But yeah, the way we're building dungeons is not, I'd say, feasible for a professional studio. Exactly. Maybe they have Braille. That's actually a good idea. Let's keep it with that. I think that's fitting. Damn. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that is. I thought I'd use stuff from a dungeon I know that's already fitting for a thief character. I just copied that straight over. Do you have the same number of zones as Oblivion for dungeons? No, no. There are some that use the same amount of cells, but for the most part we trimmed it down. Doesn't necessarily mean that the dungeon is smaller, because a lot of the times cells in Oblivion were ridiculously small. So you'd go into a, I don't know, cell 2, and 1 minute later you're in cell 3. And so sometimes dungeons became smaller, but sometimes they even got bigger, but even then have less cells, because Skyrim cells just can handle a lot more stuff. So you might spend a lot more time in a single cell than you would in Oblivion. This, for example, I'm trimming down to 2, because yeah, I can't be bothered making I think it's 4 cells of the catacombs. I really don't know for the most part what to even put in here. It's really hard. I don't know, cluttering up this place. So let's think it'd be a good choice to take a look at that once I'm like, I have enough ideas for the big rooms, you know, for the final room. There it's easy, kind of easy for me. But once I get into that small stuff, it's tough. A clipping function? Not sure I know what you mean. I mean, there's loads of function I would love to have in the next CK. One thing I would love as an avid kit basher is when you select, like, when you build, let's say you build something like this, right, as kit bashed, and then you're like, okay, I want to keep the exact layout, but then make it either smaller or bigger. This would happen in CK, right? Because they all shift their size, but they don't, so they don't keep their relative position. I would love it if that could be would be a function. So you just increase the size, and just like a single asset, they'd keep their relative position to each other. A canticle tree. What is a canticle tree? I don't know what a canticle tree is. Oh yeah, snapping. Well, there is snapping, but obviously you still have to. Yeah, it'd be cool if it'd be like automatic, already. Just. No, there is snapping. I just sorry. Let me show you. Is that the right size? Yeah. So there is a snapping function. So snap to grid, and you can. So default is 16. And sorry. So here you can see it snaps. So it always this means it moves 16. I don't know what the measurement is, but 16 units. So that's what's snapping. And there are also you can, for example, with some shortcuts, you can move it right into it, so it has the same position. The issue is obviously with this isn't a real Bethesda tile set. It's a lot of individual pieces. Like Bethesda tile sets are way simpler than that. They're more like Lego pieces. So for example, the most notorious one, the Nord ruin, for example, it's very easy to build stuff this way. So you can build a Nord, a Skyrim dungeon so much quicker. Like there, you already have like a basic layout in like under a minute, right? There, small hallway done. That would take me 10 times as long in with this, because it's not an actual Bethesda tile set. I need to change this to 4 again, because I don't want 16. I believe Oblivion had a breeding ground for the moths in the catacombs. Yeah, it's the breeding ground. I think that's what Clef originally wanted. Where is it? This thing to be? With the tree and whatnot. Which I've now recreated with this room. So yeah, this might be the sort of breeding ground. I do add a lot of moths here anyway, either way. Yeah, for me doing stuff like this is so much faster for me than doing these hallways and cluttering up, but you know, it's part of the game. You can't have the big without the small, I guess. Sorry for my fortune cookie wisdom. So yeah, I think I'm actually gonna. It's more important that I actually try to clutter this. Not clutter this up. Complete like the layout. So then I can maybe really hand it to Glitz, and she can, because she is. Did I? No, that's fine. She's very proficient at cluttering. She does like most of our houses, and she knows all the assets by heart. So it's very. I do enjoy handing over some of these forts to her for her to finish cluttering. But before I do that, I need to kind of finish this. Does that much invisible overhang of textures create performance issues compared to Skyrim title? Is that it is negligible with modern hardware for the most part. So in some areas, actually I think the one. So performance in our dungeons is for the most part is very, very manageable with any sort of modern hardware. You don't need like any special hardware for that. Exterior has some areas which might be more taxing. We are still optimizing performance there, mostly because we have so much enhanced LOD, and the fort kit, which I'm building with right now, is mostly to blame. But I think hopefully that will be alleviated with once we're done optimizing the LOD. For dungeons, it's just some of the elite ruins. So I think if you watch the Skyblivion stream today for C3, the Cylorn ruin, that is probably the most taxing interior in the whole game, because it's just so many little pieces. Stuff like this is totally fine. So any modern hardware will not have issues with this. What are we working on? This is a quest dungeon. I had no idea that was still open, unfortunately. This is the Temple of... Sorry, what's the actual name? Temple of the Ancestor Moths. Thieves Guild. So it's where the blind... moths, not moths, sorry. The blind monks live, and where you have to steal a magic stone of sorts. Yeah, I mean, it would make more sense. I think I talked about this in the beginning of the stream, because Cslav is saying it would be funny to make this the only dungeon without a single light source, as they are blind anyway. It actually would make a lot more sense than me placing all these lights here. But I don't think it would make fun gameplay or look good. Might just be me, but... Alexander. Yeah, I do think the lore is pretty cool. I do agree. So actually, this could be cool. Oh yeah, okay. I think this could be a cool place for the monks to actually do some training. I don't think so. I don't think we've touched those monks yet. I'm not sure with the probably if it's easy to do that. I think that would be fun. Oh, thank you for the save reminder. Can you change group size of objects so that the distance maintains static collection? The static collection thing. Robert unfortunately isn't here. He's actually a developer on the CKPE, so the extender of the creation kit. I think that's a feature. It's like the functionality is there, but it doesn't quite work. Plus, it has its own, so that kind of creates. It's very cool. It's kind of like the what's it called, precombine in Fallout 4, but that creates its own like kind of worms, which he could probably explain a lot better than I can. But yeah, that feature that I was talking about, where you would size like some kit bashed assets up and then they keep their relative position, that is not something the creation kit can natively do. I think I talked to Robert once if that would be something that they could maybe implement. I think he said it could be possible, but I don't know. You know what would be fun to maybe, because for now I've been doing like the mushrooms, the glowing mushrooms coming out of the ground, but maybe it'd be more fun if they actually grew them. So maybe I'll do some planters like this and just fill them with these mushrooms, and they could be that could actually be a good lore friendly light source. That here. Oh yeah, it is that mushroom that we are using and abusing, as did Oblivion. This is the wisp stock. They are everywhere in every Oblivion dungeon. There are thousands of these wisp stalks. And they are pretty practical because they give you an excuse to have these. And here, like, I think Clef, at least that seemed to be Clef J's idea, is that they are using these mushrooms to kind of feed and breed the moths. Ooh, sorry. Hate it when that happens. Yeet. Maybe not the same planter every time. Maybe get some variation here. Wrong direction. Where are we? Here we are. Yeah, I don't know how well it would work. I never really liked Skyrim dungeons without any light. I might tinker around, maybe with a different image space or lighting template to make it a lot darker. All right, now here I want to make this the kind of like the training room. Of the monks. The creation engine to take you mean the creation kit to take a long time to start up? Yeah, it does take a while. Vault guy, hey, you're a level designer as well? That's cool. I have never worked with Gek, unfortunately, so I cannot really tell you how it compares. I would guess that it's very similar. But I've actually never worked with any other Bethesda editor other than the Skyrim Creation Kit. I have looked into the one from Oblivion, the construction set, I think. But I've never really did anything in there. Where are we? There we are. We also gotta... Oh no, these are the ones. I actually want the critter. We can actually use these roots, maybe. No, they're not very fitting. Oh yeah, I can imagine. But I would probably get frustrated because I would look for functions that the Skyrim Creations Kit has introduced, and would miss them dearly in the predecessors. So yeah, the once this is done, I'm actually gonna, so I can actually show you, because I wrote a little, or made a little kind of script quest thing where you can just this is also in my little prefab cell. I can actually show you in game what this looks like, because we have some dungeons where we have like these training dummies, but obviously the bandits in there never really were using them. So I thought it'd be a neat idea to make them actually use them. And as a player, at least if you're sneaking, you could actually observe them training on these dummies. Let's see. So once you're, don't mind the large floor. Does it have? Oh, this doesn't have any nav mesh, so it won't work. Sorry. Probably got yeeted out. No, it does have nav mesh. Why doesn't it work? Does it not work? It definitely did work at some point, so I don't know why it doesn't work anymore. Did Robert break something? He always does this. Let's see. Yes, best nav mesh ever. What's the quest called? Practice dummy quest. I think it's just a quest alias. But it should work. No, it should work. Doesn't have any. Doesn't even have a script. No, it should work. Then I'm not sure why it didn't work. Let's see. Yeah, the mushrooms as a light source I think are good, but I'm still gonna use some other light sources as well, like candles and fire, because I think it would just get boring if you see the exact same light entire time. So why did that not work? That's interesting. I mean, they're trying to. Let's see. Huh. Interesting. Current practice. Why are you not doing anything? So yeah, it did work. Well, it's very similar. It's not a script what they're doing in Solitude. It's a package, and what I'm doing here works very similar. It gives them this exact same package, but it's kind of dynamic because the Solitude guards that are shooting at the dummies are like unique NPCs, and I didn't want to create unique NPCs just for this sake. So it kind of gives them a quest. But I have no idea why this doesn't work. Let me actually see Skyblivion Fort, because I know it worked in here. If it doesn't work here either, then something broke, which I will have to look into. Okay, so I know it worked here. Yes, here it works. I don't know why it doesn't work in the dummy cell. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to do with the monks as well. Yeah, I think it's kind of neat. So if you're a sneaky character, you would be able to just see them train here.
Who does he think he is? Acting all high and mighty.
So you get stuck. Well, they're stupid. Alright. Yes, if it breaks, we always blame Robert. That is true. That is our mantra. Thank you. Totally not anon. Yeah, it's nice when these little details just come together. Maybe actually, no, I'll keep that in here, maybe here. Sure, absolutely. That is actually a great point. So that the outside was done by Lutis, I think. It's a very cool looking outside, and it just got really enhanced by, I think I showed it at the beginning of the stream, by me implementing an improved Ancestor Glade tree model. So where's the, let me take that one, the big one. All right, so this is the original Ancestor Glade tree model from the Dawnguard DLC, and thankfully a modder on the Nexus allowed me to use his updated model, which is just like night and day. So I can actually show you. Let me see what the cell is called, so I can see there immediately. Ancestor. That sounds. Ah, now I'm spawning in there. All right, let's go there. Yeah, if there were something like animated furniture, but doing that yourself is very, I think that's difficult to implement. But if it were, that would be like the cleanest solution. If it were just like a furniture marker, and then they would just, you know, randomly, naturally use it as part of the sandbox package. All right, let's see outside. It's running down there, a rabbit. We actually go to another daytime. So it's a really cool looking location. Far up the mountains. Where is it actually? As you can see on the map, it's really at the edge of the map here. So no, wow, the performance here right now is horrible. That is something, I mean, I'm streaming at the same time and stuff, but still. But yeah, that's something we're working on. No, Steam, it's not on Steam, I think. So there are 2 entries for it on Steam, that is definitely not from us then. So that's something in the future, if possible, that we would love. For it to be on Steam, but currently no. Yeah, it's a really cool looking location. You have the chapel. I'm not sure if the chapel is done. The stairs also need to be looked at probably. I think the collision is a bit wonky. But yeah, shout out to... Oh, chapel isn't done yet. Oh, no, you're right. It isn't. Oh no. Let me just get back there. Shout out to Ludist for level designing this area. I think behind the chapel is the entrance to the dungeon. Which is also still very much work in progress. I think I fixed the light up a bit, but it still needs, you know, it's completely empty, as you can see. Yeah, and then we're back at the dungeon we're working on. Let me get back to... No, definitely do the glitz, all the help I can get if you want to do the chapel. Go ahead. Where was I? Oh, that's actually good. Wait, are those actual scroll? No, they're paper rolls, okay. That I can spam a few places. Awesome. And yeah, and if you're up for it, I'd also give you this thing to clutter once I've made a bigger dent in it. Awesome. Thank you, Glitz. Big help. Let's see. Let's move to this one. Add sort of a balcony here. Oops. Where did we go? There we are. Yes, so I definitely would never recommend using like vanilla creation kit. So definitely download the CKPE. I think the latest version you can get on GitHub, so you need a GitHub account. So that's here, I think. And is that the right one? Yeah, I think. And then you would go to. I hate GitHub. It's not on releases. It's on. Do you need to get no actions? Actions, and then the last one is. Is that just Fallout? No, here you get always artifacts. Here you get. I think that would be the latest version. Yes, I hate GitHub. It's just not user friendly for downloading. I know it has its features, but there's probably also what's it called? CKPE. It is on Nexus as well, but it's not the most updated version. But it's fine. You can use that one as well. So, but definitely I recommend using the CKPE because otherwise it's hard to use Creation Kit. It just has so many bugs and errors. Nope, that is not what I want. Other direction, obviously. Do I like that? No, I don't. Not a fan. Sometimes you gotta experiment a bit, and then also admit that stuff doesn't always look good. And I don't think that looks good. Can I add you a screenshot of the Skyblivion Steam? Sure, but yeah. No, I think it's a good idea. You can do that. It's probably gonna be a fake. I don't think we have. No, I know that we don't have any official stuff on Steam, so I don't know if we have. It's in our power to remove that stuff, but if we can. Yeah. I thought so. Yeah, there was an, let's call him a strange individual going around posting Skyblivion videos, and I think he also made a, yeah, that Skyblivion Steam thing. They seemed not well, so. Damn it. That broke. Ah, oh, god damn it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. There are seams everywhere in this. Ugh. Who cares? We can plug the seams. Faster this way. Yeah, it's listed as Elder Scrolls Online. Yeah, that's a completely weird fake thing. That's has nothing to do with us. So yeah, I don't think so. Obviously, if down the line we can have a Steam release, that'd be awesome. But I wouldn't expect it currently. Currently, you can expect us to release on Nexus and on GOG. So these are the two platforms. By the way, because that has been asked before, the fact that it's on GOG doesn't mean that you actually have to own Skyrim or Oblivion on GOG. So any valid... What the fuck? Any valid installation of Skyrim and Oblivion will do. Oh yeah, I love the Valus Mountains as well. I think Jarrow is responsible for that. But what I love is that he made the mountains look very unique compared to how they looked in Skyrim. They're not just plain Skyrim mountains, because the Skyrim mountains are just very quintessential Skyrim. So I enjoy the fact that they look very different. Alright. I think I am actually gonna call it quits for modding. Because I am noticing that I'm getting a bit tired. But I don't want to end the stream just yet. So maybe I can show off some dungeon or anything you guys would like. So if you have any suggestions of something you would like to see. I could show you that either in game or in the CK. Because creatively I'm a bit just drained today, so. Don't be shy, it could be whatever you want. At least if it's in a presentable state, but it could be one of the dungeons that we showed off in the C3 stream. Cloud Ruler Temple. Let's see. I have no idea how. It should be fine. An Aelid Ruin in the Gerals. Cylorn. I mean, I don't see anything. An Aelid Ruin in the Gerals. Let me think. In the Gerals. Riel is a bit of a short one. I think there are not many Aelid Ruins in the. Let me see. In the Gerals. Oh, there's one a really cool one. I'm QAing it just now, so it's not done. Anvil, I don't know, we've seen that so many times already. Whatever cell you're most proud of that you made. Huh. I mean, hard to say. Okay, so let me just, because there's so much coming. Oh, Crowhaven is really cool. Okay, let me think. So, okay, I could show you Crowhaven. That's a really cool one by Senate, who made it. I'll show you that. And yeah, I think either Cylorn or Echo Cave. So these are actually the ones that were shown off today in the stream. I can give like a quick run through of the cells that I'm most proud of, I guess. And anything else? Pale Pass is also cool. Let me start. So let me close this down. Actually stop the music there for a second. All right. So, what was the thing I wanted? Oh yeah, Crowhaven. That's a cool one. Let's go to the exterior first. What's it called? Skyby Fort Crowhaven exterior. So what's cool about Crowhaven is the exterior really got changed to more of a rundown estate. So here we are in the Gold Coast, beautiful Gold Coast, with a good view of Anvil. I think over there, by the way, that should be Such. I'm pretty sure that that would be the ruins of Such over there. And yeah, Crowhaven is sort of this Mediterranean estate, because the Grey Prince does think that he is a son of royalty, right? So this is the estate of a duke or some sort. Unfortunately, with a very dark secret. Spoiler. What is the actual... I think... Do you get a key during the quest? I'm not sure if this is the actual entrance. But, let's see. The weather system, well, fixed. I think, yeah, the issue that there was with the weather system, that with too much bloom happening, or like these sun bombs, that is fixed. But, it's still not finished, let's say it like that. So it's still being worked on. But there were some big improvements definitely over the last weeks and months. Did something just fall? Yeah. I think this one still needs some QA. It's very spooky. Yeah, I think that's just, yeah. Does this have... Doesn't... No, it's weird. Very ghostly. Ooh, vampire. There's also our vampires currently are bugged. So they all have... They're all bald. Which they shouldn't be. Yeah, I don't think I've QA'd this one yet, so there might be some light issue here and there, but it's a very, very well designed dungeon by our level designer Senate. Very talented indeed. Yeah, that's one of these tiny issues that will mostly get fixed, like the flickering and that sort of stuff during QA. Can't go through there. Wait, did I? I think I walked in circles. I think we already went through the entire dungeon. Could that be? Might be since we haven't actually received the quest that doesn't work as intended. I don't think there's anything else in here unless I'm mistaken. No, I think that's it. Unless there's something over here. missed that. There we were. Sorry about that, folks. Let me just TFC there. Now I think we've seen it all. That's a very neat, smaller one. Let me actually show you that. That's a very cool one. Yeah. I think somebody. Is it Fort Pale Pass? Yes. Also done by Senate. Going through those Senate dungeons. That one I have already QA'd. I think that's a very cool one. Not sure if this has. Oh yeah, that's something I need to fix still. Not sure if this is nav meshed already because it's weird that there are no enemies here, so it might be that there's no nav mesh. But yeah, very unique fort. Just fantastic job. A lot of doors like this protocol currently have no sound because our sound design team is hard at work remaking all these sounds. Okay, so there is nav mesh. I don't know what that already triggered. That shouldn't be. I don't know. Oop. Almost got us. Dead end. No, I'm in Pale Pass actually. Yeah, Crowhaven and stuff. They're both. I think they're both. Oh, we got another one for the blooper reel. How are you stuck? There, unstuck. It's a long one, this one. That's very cool. Alright. I'll just quickly show you. It did kind of look to the final room of this very cool looking dungeon. Yeah, it's a really cool one. It is this Fort Pale Pass, and here we have the final area. we'll get a even better look at it in a second. So we don't have the quest for the Draconian Madstone, right? That would be the... I don't know if something will happen if we kill him. If the barrier will actually disappear. No, because we don't have the quest, right? Yeah. I actually made a cool little thing here. So the credit for this really cool dungeon goes to Senate. I just fixed up the lighting a bit. I just added this. Unfortunately, it broke a bit. Cool little like a Kaveri skeleton kneeling before the Madstone, and I added it so when you pick up the Madstone, he'll crumble. It probably won't work now because we don't have the quest. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, no, because we don't have the quest, so he won't. Dang. All right. So I can maybe give. That's like the final thing I can do today. So Rebel already showed off the. Because somebody asked here, what are the cells or locations that I'm most proud of? I think Rebel already showed these off today in our C3 stream. But maybe since I'm not as pressed for time as Rebel was, I could give some commentary, I guess. And Cylorn, Styria. No. No. Is it COC test for Cylon Exteria? No. God damn it. What's the help Cylorn 4? Oh, of course it does. There's 2. Okay. Ooh, look at that new... I think that is, for example, a new weather. The rain. Very moody. Or is that one of the new ones? Ah, that looks better. So yeah, these are the exteriors of Cylorn. And let me actually... So this might break the quest, but I'll do it anyway. Set stage. What's it called? Test 4. No, probably Skyblivion at this point. MG17. There we are. So Cylorn is part of the Mages Guild. It's one of the... I think it's the second to last quest. So you're sent by the Archmage to this alien ruin where the necromancers are doing all sorts of nefarious stuff, and you're tasked with helping these mages.
You're here from the council, aren't you? That helps the odds.
So I'm gonna
You're still going to be outnumbered.
skip the quest a bit. I just wanna run through the dungeon and give a bit of a commentary, I guess. Sure. Thank you.
This is it. You've been watching the site for a while. Ye were based
Okay,
on
I'm gonna
the
skip
IC.
this now a bit.
If I may, I'd suggest there are 2 good locations. Let me know when everyone's ready.
I'm ready to fight. Where do you... Well, I excelled in my studies and... Do you want me to stay back? Right. I'm on my way.
Yes, sir. I can manage. Where should I wait? You've got it. I'll do my best to keep everyone healed.
Get him, boys. Holy shit. Holy shit, what kind of spell is that? That's insane.
Don't hurt me!
That's insane.
The gem. Well, he get it back to Traylon immediately, or else this whole attack was a waste.
That is one crazy spell.
What is it?
What do you want?
Stay away!
Yeah. Are you guys gonna help me or? Yeah, spells are a work in progress, definitely. You guys gonna help me or are you just gonna stand back there?
What? Just leave.
Good to know. But spells are currently receiving some work. So Rebel showed off a couple of really cool new spells. We have like one member of our team, Slampire, is really doing some really cool stuff with these. Oh, that's something I need to fix.
Tongue to his axe.
If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll win!
Get him. Get him. Good job. So yeah, but Cylorn, so this is probably one of the largest dungeons I've done. It has 3 cells. Oh, that I need to fix as well. You guys stay there, all right? I'll fix it for you. Creation Cave? What's the Creation Cave? But yeah, with this one I kind of went all out since at the time I thought this would be my last Elite Ruin. I thought wrongly, because in the meantime I've done a lot more. Plus it's like one of the final locations in the Mage's Guild, and I really wanted to make it as epic as possible. Oh, Stamper, yes. Sorry, creation. Yes, exactly. That is him. Yeah, He's really doing loads of stuff on like unique items, spells, and mechanics. Just awesome to see what he does for the project. Okay, there, Ivor.
Go on.
All right, still got the whole squad.
Who's there?
I actually made I think so Rebel kind of teased this one. There's kind of a secret passage here. So my thinking was, so this ruin is having a battle here. Oh no, we lost one. Gonna steal his hood. Yeah, I have a beast of a. Oh, did we lose it? Oh, we lost them all. Oh no. Press F in chat. We lost them all. I have a RTX 5080. Oh, thank you guys. So I have a rather beastie system, but you don't need such a system in order to play Skyblivion. So yeah, my headcanon for this place, because it's inhabited by necromancers, because they're like crawling around there and I don't know, using the ancient magic in here and stuff. But I wanted to show that in some like side passages that the necromancers haven't discovered, you'll still find the ancient undead whites, the elites. So this is why in places like here you get some variation. Oh, and we have some Vala stones here. We just need a way to open them. Another one of these that I need to fix. Yeah, the sound. What the? That's not good. Sound for these is bugged. They keep playing that sound. Oh. Oh, slaughterfish. Yeah, thank you. That is really what we wanted to achieve. Yeah, make them look like these ancient lost cities, especially in the third cell that is about to come up. Oh, there it really is another bug that I need to report, is that these shields are often apparently invisible for the skeletons until they die. I don't know why that is. Another thing I always like to do in some of these more important dungeons is there one here? Oh yeah, it fell down, but is adding some notes here and there to kind of like flesh out the story. So I added some. So my headcanon for this dungeon is that it's that these necromancers are in here, you know, by order of Manimarco to find a certain well and use that well to create the colossal black soul gem. That's part of the quest. And I also added some Mages Guild scholars that were kind of caught in the crosshair and enslaved by the necromancers and used for their purposes. And you can find some notes here and there in a diary that would kind of explain that little side story.
What's this? Is this the best your pathetic guild could do? I should have killed you outright when I had the chance. Well, life is all about second chances, isn't it? I won't waste this one.
So yeah, this is probably one of the best like screenshot places I made in the game. Very proud of that one. It's also, I think, the worst performing interior cell in the entire game. But yeah, I'm really proud of how that one turned out. Took me ages. But that's really the vibe I wanted the Elite Ruins to have. We'll actually so there's an elevator down there, but we're gonna take a shortcut.
Look who we got.
Yeah, it really is. So at this point, I think I'm gonna go T-detect so they won't actually see me. There's some of they're all kind of fell down, unfortunately, to make sure that they don't do that at the end. But I placed a lot of these handwritten notes all over the place. Which kind of tell a bit of a background story. It's kind of cool little Easter eggs to find. Why did they all fall down? They're supposed to be like posted to on the walls. This is another small little area that Rebel didn't show on his stream because it's like a side passage. And here you can actually find the Dead Mages Guild scholars that these notes are talking about. Even added like a little field journal for the people who really want to immerse themselves, I guess, telling their story. So yeah, before we jump off, I'll quickly also run through the other dungeon that Rebel showed off today of mine, which is Money Marco's cave. I am gonna do it without the quest now because I really want to do this rather quickly, but maybe with some added commentary. So yeah, this is together with Cylorn, and there are a couple of other ones I'm proud of. But together with Cylorn, this is probably the one I'm most proud of. How it turned out. Just because it's so unique. It's a bit unusual for a Skyrim dungeon. You got all these on. It's a bit of a visual bug, but whatever. So if you fall down here into the void, you just die. Because I really wanted to make this a very linear dungeon, I guess. We already have, you mean for the Colossus? Yeah, we have a model, but it's not implemented yet. But we have a rather cool model for the Bone Colossus that, because currently we're using Mihail's model from the Nexus, which is also very cool, but... I really enjoy the verticality of this place. All these bridges over the void. Yes, exactly. A Bone Colossus. Loads of skeletons here. And I do enjoy... Come on. Come on. Making these guys... Come on, fall down, fall down, fall down. Bye-bye. Yeah, this is probably one of the coolest. I just love the feel of that one. Like sometimes you have a vision in your mind and then it turns out almost exactly like you envision it, and this is one of those for me. And yes, you can climb that tower because this is a Todd Howard game, so you can climb it. You can go all the way to the top. The sunken one is gonna stay the Mihail model. You don't have a unique sunken one model. Oh, that's very, very nice to say. Because Adam's stuff was just phenomenal. The concept art stuff. Yeah, we finally have Manny Marco in his actual robes and the new face. He looks so much better now. Like in I showed this dungeon off in some streams like a few months ago, probably when I was making it, and at that point Manny Marco was still having like his default face and the robes from Oblivion, and now he's just looking so much cooler. I think his minimum level is 10. But that's just because I'm level 1, but he'll always be a higher level than you are. So I might break stuff now because the quest isn't on if I attack him, but I'll just do it.
Leave me alone.
Does he equip his staff as well? Let's see. Come on, equip your staff. Ouch. Ah, now he has that. That's the staff of worms that he has as well. Yeah, this is a boss fight with 2 stages. Didn't paralyze the player. No, he doesn't paralyze you. That is true currently. He force greets you, and there are barriers around here that he does. He currently doesn't paralyze you. That is true. The ice spikes, not really. So the actual magic effect of I think I showed that off as well, of the Staff of Worms is a lot cooler. So it's not an ice spike staff. It has 2 effects. You can either resurrect a dead NPC forever. So it doesn't have a limit. So normally, you know, the resurrect undead will have like a 60-second limit or something. And if you point it not towards a dead NPC, but like on the ground, it summons an exploding skeleton. So it's very cool. But I gave him, so Manny Marco himself currently has like a fake staff that you cannot equip yourself. Because him using the other stuff would be very frustrating. So it's more like a staff that only the player should be able to use, just because it wouldn't really work with the boss fight. So currently I gave his fake staff ice spikes, but that might change. But that's just something that Manny Marco, in addition to his spells, which he already uses, can use. So yeah, I'm also very proud of that view of Manny Marco's ice castle. And then finally the second stage of the boss fight, which you've probably seen in, or maybe have seen in Rebel's stream today. Yeah, so this is currently the Bone Colossus, but that will be exchanged. Bone Colossus, by the way, is using the skeleton of the Lurker from Dragonborn. So it's... I don't think this is in Cold Harbor. I guess it's kind of up to you. It's your interpretation. It might be Cold Harbor. So it's really... there's no definitive answer, really. So yeah, this is the Staff of Worms. So yeah, it permanently reanimates a dead body. But when cast on the ground, it conjures an unstable skeleton that charges into battle and explodes, dealing damage. Also looks really sick, the staff. Hello, skeleton. So yeah, when we're in combat, the skeleton will just run. And then explode. That is super cool. At the end we get a little... Unfortunately the castle itself is not... you cannot enter that one. Who knows, maybe a mod will take care of that one day. But you can actually... take a little peek into the inside of his castle, this little side passage. Where you get your boss chest. Maybe we can try out our... Come on, Skelly. Come on. Don't be shy. Wow, they really explode very fast. So let's try that. Oh, that is so gnarly. Yeah, that's a really cool. And then obviously you can use it to... Yeah, so for a Necromancer playthrough, that this is really the staff to use.
Hello? Who's there?
And the robe itself, I don't know what that one currently does. Ah, nothing. It's just visual. Not sure if that will change. All right, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed the stream. We didn't get a whole lot of work done, but it was nice to be back in it, and hopefully see you guys very soon again. And have a good night.